4 a.m., my dog comes in my room, and I think he has to go out to pee. So I'm blind, right? So I don't have to put my glasses on because he just has to use the bathroom. But then I'm like looking, and I'm like, what is this orange hue outside of my window? So I go back to my room, put my glasses on, and my whole entire food truck is engulfed in flames.
Your dog woke you up to tell you that?
Yes. What a good boy. He deserves all the treats.
Yeah, really. That's very last.
Yeah, but he was so nonchalant about it. That's why I was like...
Welcome back to the BrewedAt podcast. I'm your host, Richie Tevlin, joined as always by Evan Blum.
Hello.
Before we get started, we want to thank our newest sponsor, Patrick McDonald, a.k.a. the Beer Accountant. He's my personal accountant, so you'll be hearing a lot about us. But yes, he's our new sponsor for the podcast. So thank you, Patrick, and thank you to the team over there. But welcome, Megan Hilbert.
Thank you for having me.
The recent new owner of Eclipse Brewing.
Yes.
And you are the current owner of Red's Rolling Restaurants Food Trucks.
Yes.
Awesome. So I didn't mess any of that up.
It's impressive.
But welcome. I guess you took over August 15th.
Yes.
Eclipse.
Yep. August 15th was the date that I relieved Chris of his duties, and now he is retiring and traveling and living his best life with his lovely wife, Beth.
Nice. And what are you doing now? Like you guys aren't brewing. You brought in some Dr. Doolittles or Dr. Brewlittles. I messed that up. Dr. Brewlittles. So thank you for doing that.
Yeah, I love Jack. He's great.
Yes.
And he's our neighbor, so.
Yeah, very close. Great brewing community over there.
Yeah.
You guys are close to Double Nickel too, right?
Yes. Yep. We're all within the same township, pretty much. Well, Maple Shade, Pennsauken, Merchantville. They're all borders.
So where are you guys at currently right now? Do you guys
We are in Merchantville,
over?
New Jersey.
Okay.
And we are still in the process of waiting for our license to be approved.
Okay.
So
they have to approve it, and then you get to then start brewing, and then it'll take a couple weeks to get going, and then...
Yes. So in the meantime, I am completely rebranding the brewery. I love making things my own. I love branding. I actually went to Rowan University for advertising, public relations, all that. So I guess I'm using my degree for something.
Yeah.
Because I'm, the food trucks, I didn't go to school for culinary or anything. My mom owned food trucks. I grew up in the business.
Yeah.
Throughout college, I was a bartender, server. So I always...
And when was that?
2018 is when I graduated.
Cool.
So 2014, 2018, I was at Rowan.
Cool.
And when I graduated, I was hired by a Mexican bar and tequila bar and grill to be their GM. And I was like 22.
Did you have any experience? Like, did you grow up in the service industry?
I mean, food trucks, but I bust tables, but not any real experience for them to be hiring me as a GM. But I guess I'm a good convincer. I actually pitched to them. I wanted to start my own advertising company.
Yeah.
So I wanted to help them brand their restaurant, do the events. I was a college student there, but I also worked at the diner, so I knew a lot of the town people.
Yeah.
So a lot of the blue collar workers live in Glassboro. So I knew who drank where, what time did they party, what crew did what.
Yeah.
So for them, Fridays were dead on campus, and I was like, you guys can do a Fiesta Friday for all the kids that are over 21 that don't want to go to frat parties.
Yeah.
And so I was pitching this whole PowerPoint to them without even having an LLC. I was just I'll make it after. And then instead of them hiring me as a consultant, they were like, hey, why don't you be our GM? And I was like, bet, I need a salary, so whatever you need, you could hire me. So I started working for them, and it was a cool experience because it was a brand new restaurant. So nobody was hired yet. The bars weren't stocked with tequila yet. So I got this in all the tequila tastings when they come and try and convince you. And I didn't like tequila at the time, so that was rough. Because tequila is an acquired taste.
Yeah.
And there was one time after a tasting, I had to take a nap in the parking garage because I was But it was such a cool experience to be able to learn how to build a restaurant from scratch.
Yeah.
So you were their first GM?
Yes. So I hired everybody.
Were they first-time restaurateurs also?
So they had a location in, it's near Trenton. I forget that area, but it was more like a Chipotle-style takeout.
Okay.
So this was their first
alcohol.
Yeah. And the owner, he was a cute old man. I loved him, Ricardo. He was so nice. And it was just such a cool experience to be that hands-on with especially like new employees and implementing systems.
I mean, the opening of the bar, the restaurant, that's the most important part.
Yeah. And it was a shit show. Oh my God. It was
I mean, that's perfect for you. I mean, the more things you see go wrong,
yes.
it's like an
that's a good
experiment.
point.
You're
I didn't
seeing
think
like
about
you're
it like that.
learning.
Yeah. So it was like we were getting pressured by the company that they rent from to open. And I didn't feel like we were ready to open yet. But we opened, and like the opening night, we like ran out of alcohol. Like it was insane. I was like, this is a mess. I knew it was going to be a mess. But after that, we got into a rhythm, and I wasn't happy in a sense because I felt like I was being limited in my capacity. Like, I don't know. It was a cool experience, and I'm not talking bad about them because they were great people, but I felt like I was being a little bit disrespected in the position I had as the GM.
Yeah.
Especially as a 22-year-old girl. Like, people would
Yeah.
come in and be like, oh, honey, are you the new bartender? And I'm like, no, I'm the GM.
Yeah.
And they're like, no, not the floor manager. Like, and I'm like, no, it's me. Like, what do you want me to do? Go in there, walk back out? Like, so I was just kind of fed up. And a lot of the things that I wanted to, like, implement just was getting missed by ownership. So I was like, why am I... Like, I could do this for myself. Like, what am I doing? I'm stressing out. I'm doing everything. We didn't really have any other type of management. It was just me doing everything.
Yeah.
And there was one other manager, but he had another job, so he was only there part-time. So my only day off was Sunday, and I really value my time, especially as being a bartender before a manager. Like, you can make your tips in 3 days and cover rent.
Yeah.
But here I am working Monday through Saturday
Yeah.
for a
Yeah.
salary. So no matter what I do, I'm getting paid the same amount.
Yeah.
So it just wasn't making sense in my head. So in that moment, that was around 2018, I graduated, worked for them. So I would say around like July, I was like, look, this isn't working for me. Thanks for your opportunity. You have a month to replace me, but I'm out. Because my grandma was always like, look, if you don't like what you're doing, get out of it because you're going to be doing it every day.
Yeah, yeah.
So I was like, I'm out.
And then, but you immediately started doing the food truck?
So
Did you
kind-
have an idea? You're like, food trucks is next move?
So no. So I started to bartend again at Keg and Kitchen in Haddon Township.
Cool.
Loved it there. And
Is that place fun? I've never been there, but it's always popping off.
Oh, yeah.
There's always so many people there.
they have such good cocktails. And the owners are great people. Their food's fire. The staff's great.
That whole town is crazy. It's like every single bar on the strip
yeah.
is always crowded.
But it's funny because if you go over the Cuthbert Boulevard, you hit Collingswood and it's a dry town. So it's like crazy Haddon Township, Haddon Ave, and then bring your own beer and wine to Collingswood.
Yeah.
But I love that town. I actually lived there for a couple years out after college. So I started bartending there, and then my mom, who owns food trucks, Mary's Mobile Diner, she was about to open up her second truck, and she's like, Meg, like, why don't you help me run it? But I was like, no, I just figured out I don't like working for people, even if you are like my mom.
How
I'd
long has she
rather.
been in food trucks for?
Oh, since I was in like middle school.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So she started with the trucks that like you get out, you open the back, and you like serve from the sternos type food truck. Like the side has like the displays for snacks.
Yeah.
And fridges. It's not the one that you would like cook inside.
Yeah.
And then she graduated to the bigger one. She's a hustler.
What's her background? She just got into it, or like, is there any?
She's got into it.
That's cool.
She could cook. She's Italian. My
Yeah.
pop's from Italy, so like she cooked her whole life. So she was a stay-at-home mom because I have a twin.
Yeah.
And then my brother's only like 12 months. No, that's wrong. 18 months younger than us.
Yeah.
So it was like 3 kids at once.
That's
so
terrible. I feel
she's-
bad for your mom.
I know. And my brother was a bigger baby than me and my sister.
Oh,
and I was 5 hours. Like my sister was born 5 hours after me. 5 hours.
Oh my
like
gosh.
she was in labor. It was crazy. I don't remember it, but you know.
She
Well,
does.
she does. I'm sure she does.
Remind you of it every day.
Right. So she wanted to do something that would have her home with us after we got out of school, and she would run her food truck through the industrial park of Pennsauken and be home by the time we got home from sports. and
That's
stuff.
cool.
So yeah, so I always was exposed to it. She would make us do all the chores she didn't want to do. So like I would do all her dishes. I would have to wake up before
The
for
dishwasher,
school.
the prep
Yep.
cook.
Make her eggs for her breakfast people. Oh, I was like, this sucks. I'd never want anything to do with this. But here we are, years later. I have
Yeah.
3 trucks now. But so she wanted to start her second one. She's like, Meg, help me run it. And I was like, why don't I make my own food truck concept, and I'll pay you back for the truck. And we help each other get events, because at that point, like, I've created my own network of people. She has her own network of people. So my first event was actually in Merchantville, right next to Eclipse.
That's so funny.
What year was
Super
this?
full circle.
2018.
Okay.
Yeah, so the year I graduated college.
Cool.
So in September, every year, Merchantville throws this big music fest, which this year it's September 20th. So if anyone's looking for anything to do, it's a fun time. They put a whole stage out in this triangle, and it's an open container zone so people can walk around.
Wow.
And it's right next to the brewery, which is why I'm so mad. We probably won't.
Yeah, it's tough timing.
I know, but whatever. We'll get it next year if we miss it. So I never cooked in my food truck before that event, by the way. Like, I was too broke to like test run food. Like, I'm not wasting food like that. So I was like, this shit's either gonna taste good or it's not. Like, we'll see after. Like, I knew how to cook, but you know.
So what was the concept that your mom had?
So she's like a diner on wheels. So she would do like sliders, breakfast all day,
Okay.
quesadillas, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But I kind of wanted to be a little more healthy / like bougier food. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, I was kind of trying to go off of what Panera's breads vibe was like.
Yeah.
So I did sandwiches, but they're on like panini breads.
Yeah.
And I would use the same panini bread and do flatbread pizzas.
Cool.
And then nachos, salads. I didn't have a fryer on that truck at the time. That truck is like a 1980 something, like probably the size of a normal parking lot. So about 19 feet parking spot. So I was limited in what I could do, but it taught me a lot, that truck. And
Is it just
a
you,
lot.
or do you have?
I had window people, but
Okay.
some of the events, if they were slow, like the breweries, like double nickel, I would do by myself if there was a long shift and it spread out.
Yeah.
And I would just like have Siri call people's phone numbers when their food was ready or something.
Yeah.
So it was a big learning process with that truck, because I had to put 2 motors in that bitch. 2 motors. Like, that truck put me through it. Every weekend something was happening with it.
How do food trucks work? Is it like, do you have to get licensed as a kitchen on the back, or?
So you need a commissary that you work out of
Okay.
to be able to pass your own health inspection.
Got it.
So once you do that, you have to be health inspected in each county.
And then you just all kind of operate as like a food. It's not like a food prepper. It's just like
It's a
reheating,
mobile
like-
kitchen.
Okay.
You
yeah.
can cook on there and everything. You just have to have a base of operations where
That's
you
what-
like
okay.
wash your dishes at. If you have extra food, where you store it, like that kind of stuff.
Got it.
So you need a health inspection for each county. Then this is the one that's really annoying.
Do you have to get those redone ever?
Every year.
Every year.
Every year. Yeah. But it's a full calendar year, so that's nice.
Yeah.
But Trenton, specific towns health inspect you on site every time, and Trenton is a stickler for that. Like, they're good for that. But other than that, other towns don't. Vineland also checks you every time. But as long as you have your county, most other towns don't care. What they do care about, each municipality in New Jersey has its own fire department. And each fire department has its different rules of what they need on the truck. So like a fire suppression system, you need your extinguishers, your wet K, and your normal small one. This year they just came up with this. We need to do pressure tests on all of our propane pipes to make sure there's no leaks. And you have to have, the rules are so vague. Like, it's like, this is what I got, and this guy has a different thing. You know what I mean? Then this one fire township wants $100 per event. This township wants $54, but you're good for the year. You don't have to pay each time, but you have to apply for each event. Like, to keep up, you know how many towns are like super close to each
Yeah.
other? It's a headache. And then you have 3 trucks on top of that.
Oh
So you
my
got to
God.
remember which truck you did what event. Oh my
Where?
God.
Oh
It's
my
a headache.
gosh.
You got to be so organized just for the fire people. Speaking of fire, my food truck actually just recently caught on fire and is destroyed. So
Really?
it wasn't at an event.
How did this happen?
Oh my God. It was Memorial Day. 4 a.m. My dog comes in my room and I think he has to go out to pee. So I'm blind, right? So I don't have to put my glasses on because he just has to use the bathroom. But then I'm like looking and I'm like, what is this orange hue outside of my window? So I go back to my room, put my glasses on, and my whole entire food truck is engulfed in flames.
Your dog woke you up to tell you that?
Yes. What a
Wow.
good boy. He deserves all the treats.
Yeah, really. That's very lasty.
Yeah, but he was so nonchalant about it. That's why I was like, huh?
Do you know what happened?
Electrical. Apparently, that's what the investigators are saying. Because I plug all the trucks in because the refrigeration runs at the base of operations.
And this is at your house?
So I own a mixed-use property.
Okay.
So the bottom's owned commercially, but I live up top in the apartment. So the food trucks are lined up and they're plugged in so that the refrigeration runs. And something went wrong with the one outlet. And so that one was the furthest away from the house, thank God. But it was so close to my other truck that it blew out the windshield, melted the turn signals.
Oh my God.
Oh my God, it was a mess. And then this is why like the entrepreneurial journey is like challenging. It's like, what are you willing to go through to get what you need to get done, right? Because that following Friday, I had the biggest job of my career, right? 1,200 people, $20,000 in one day. And I needed all 3 trucks because it was like 3 different shifts, morning, mid, and night. And I was like, oh, what am I need a 3rd truck. Like, I need to get this done. So the day my truck burned down, my mom was on Facebook Marketplace and she found a truck in Maryland. So I was like, well, fuck it. We're not doing anything today, but I'm crying. Like, let's go to Maryland and see this truck. So we get this truck and it's beautiful. The guy just put a brand new equipment on there. It was a used FedEx truck. So it was a little tight inside. It was one of those smaller FedEx trucks, not like the bread looking trucks. And we got it delivered that Wednesday and I had to get propane stuff put in it, the Ansol fire system, all that. But I had it ready for that Friday. So I think I did 2 events with it to practice on it before the big event. And then we bring it to the event and we do it. Everything goes smooth, thank God. On my way home, it was in Philly. It was on Red Lion Road. On my way home on 95, it starts to smoke. And I'm like, what the heck? So my guy pulls it over. I'm following in my car. And my chef was like, it's smoking. I said, well, pull over. So he pulls over. I open the hood. Now, look, I don't know much about stuff, but from having trucks for like 7 years now, I know something.
You diagnose it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm like looking and the coolant is just completely gone. But my mechanic had just looked over it the week before and there was no leaking in my driveway that I could see. So I'm like, where's the coolant going? So I go to this gas station, put coolant in it. We make it home. And then it turns out like, I don't know, I think it needs a new engine or something. My new truck needs a new engine. And I'm like, what is going on this year? And then with me having the brewery, I was like this close to just getting rid of the 3rd truck and just rocking out with 2.
Yeah.
But then I have so many triples already scheduled for the fall. Fall's insane for food trucks. That I was like, I can make my money back just on these triples alone. Like I might as well just replace the
Yeah, if
motor
you
and
break
stick it
even,
out.
then you'll end the season with 3 trucks there too.
Yeah. So it's just, you got to figure out what sacrifices you're willing to make and what makes the most sense.
It's crazy. Like running the kitchen's hard enough that now you are having car issues. Like imagine you have to drive your restaurant around.
Yeah, that's the worst part. And then my girlfriends, they just started their own business, Keeks Touch. She specifically bought a trailer because she's seen all the stuff that my trucks put me through.
Is that a food truck also?
Yeah, they're a food trailer, but like there's a difference because she needs to tow her truck, but she needs to tow her trailer with a pickup truck. But like you can borrow somebody's pickup truck, but if your truck's down, you get it towed to events, which I have done all the time. So, but that's a no. You know what I mean? You don't want to do that. What does it look like? You pull it up on a tow truck with your food truck. I'll tell you what it looks like.
Yeah, it looks like no one's gonna eat from you.
Yeah. So, but I've had like prepaid catering events. So I was like, I need to get the truck there. I mean, worked out, but.
Wow.
Is that the biggest pain point of the food truck? Is like the logistics and the fact that it's a car?
That and the staffing.
Because why? Just because inconsistent work?
Inconsistent work. It's gig work. I have a couple, like I have one full-time person who's amazing. I love her.
And what are they? Are they like just like line cook somewhere else and you're just like they're looking for extra work?
Honestly, like most of my cooks have not been on a line anywhere. Like some of them have, but some of them have been in meal prep companies. Some of them just were looking for extra work and learned how to cook. Like I wasn't in my whole time working at restaurants, I was never in the back of the house. Like I was always a front of the house person. So like for me to run a kitchen, I have no experience either. It's just learning, you know?
So that's good from your perspective. You can tell them like, listen, like I figured it out. It's not that
Yeah,
hard.
and that's how I feel about the brewery
Yeah.
too, because I don't never brewed a batch of beer in my life.
And you have help though. That it's just nice that
Yeah.
like you're inheriting some of the.
And I've had help from my mom to learn that industry. So it's
Yeah.
nice to be able to. You got to keep an open mind, and you got to know that you're not the person that knows the most in the room.
Exactly.
Like I can't
Yeah.
stand when people are like, "Oh, I know everything. I can't possibly learn another thing from you." You know, like I hate that mentality.
No, and you're moving really quickly. I mean, like you just graduated college, like what 6 years ago, and now you're already. I mean, you're owning you started a business that you're now expanding. Like you now have 3 trucks that you're dealing with all this bullshit with, and now you just bought a brewery. Like you are learning very quickly.
Yeah. I feel like I didn't want to buy the brewery until I knew I was ready with the food trucks running themselves.
Yeah.
So like I don't physically have to be on the food trucks as much anymore to work at these events. Like all I mainly do is make the inventory lists for them to go shopping. So we have like a restock day every week. So they handle that. I just make the lists. And then the back end stuff like schedules, dealing with clients, invoicing. So most of that is me now.
Yeah.
I only pick and choose the events that I want to work at. Like last weekend, I do all of Rowan's home football games.
Cool.
And like we pull the truck up right on the football field. And I play field hockey there, so I have like a good connection with the athletic department.
Yeah.
So I like to do those events myself because I know everyone there.
Yeah.
And I just want to make
Pretty
sure it goes.
energizing too.
Yeah, it's fun. It's nonstop the whole game, especially at halftime rush. That's crazy. But I just like certain like weddings. I like certain events to go certain ways, so I'll oversee them. But once I knew, like there was a year that I wasn't on the trucks, and once I knew I could do that, I was like, okay, now I can do something else. Now they're self-sufficient.
This episode of the BrewedAt podcast is brought to you by Zilka & Co., your trusted regional brewing supply partner. Family owned for over 100 years of business, Zilka Brewing Supply has recently partnered with Breweries to bring you your favorite raw materials at a great price with $5 flat rate shipping. No pallet or liftgate charges, thanks to their own fleet of regularly maintained trucks. With locations in Allentown and Hunker and a technical brewer on staff, they provide the expertise and service your brewery deserves. Reach out to Brad Adelson in the show notes and let him know BrewedAt sent you. Hey, brewery or small business owner, are you tired of navigating complex brewery accounting and taxes on your own? Staying up late working on financials and getting your finances in order after a whole workday? At the Beer Accountant, they understand the unique financial challenges of the craft brewing industry. They're a CPA dedicated to helping breweries like yours thrive, with services ranging from qualified bookkeeping, business tax prep, to strategic financial planning. Stop wasting time on spreadsheets and focus on what you do best: making great beer and running a small business, servicing over 50 breweries in 4 states. So if you own a brewery or small business, stop overpaying for reactive support and start being proactive with the Beer Accountant. Don't brew that IPA without this CPA. Visit beeraccountant.com to learn how their specialized expertise can help your brewery grow, profit, and succeed.
So this is not to make this about myself, but it's like so I own this brewery, and I just brought on people for the first time, like help me out with tastings, and it's like my first step into like having other people help me out with it.
Yeah.
And it is a different feeling, you know, like realizing that I don't have to be there all the time. Like,
So do you feel nervous though? Like were you ever?
yeah, I mean, because it's like I took them both on like training tastings with me, and like then like I dropped in on them each, and it's you know, like they're not as good as me. I don't know how to say it. Like
No one's gonna
but
be
nobody's gonna be as good as me because like it's my brand. Like it's me.
Exactly.
So it's like I had to realize like they're not as good as me, but like I'm trying to like teach them. So like this literally all happened like the last 2 weeks. So I'm like trying to like think about like how I
fresh into it?
yeah, like how I like position it to like set them up.
Yeah.
Like yeah, they're obviously trying their hardest, but it's like trying to set them up to like that they can kind of emulate me as best as possible.
So like I'm a list person. Like I write lists everywhere.
Yeah.
How to clean up this, how to do this. Like it's you got to come to terms with the fact that they're not you.
Yeah.
Right? That's one of the hardest parts. And for people that can't let go of that control a little bit, they're never going to be like able to expand in that capacity because they're always going to be in their heads like, damn, someone's fucking.
Definitely, and they can't copy me at all or exactly, but I like that. It's like, and they went and did the first one, and it did not go perfectly smoothly, but like I was thinking, like I need to give them more permanent things. Like, I need to give them like a script. Like even though they don't follow the script exactly, they can like look on it. 'Cause the tasting, like I'm just so used to at this point. Like people come up to me, I just like word vomit at them for like 3 minutes. And I'll buy it. Just like stop talking to me. But it's like
what you
they're
gotta teach 'em.
Yeah, but it's because I just know so much. Like I just keep talking. Where like they're like looking for things to say. So I think I just need to like give them more of a script, like a sales.
Yeah,
script. But
that could definitely and ChatGPT that.
Yeah.
But that's I use that for. I asked my ChatGPT to give herself a name because I use her so much. Her name's Quinn. But like I pick and choose my battles with myself.
Yeah.
Right. Like most of them are amazing, great people, and I've been really like blessed with the people that I did get to work for me. I probably had to fire 4 people in 7 years. Well, I didn't start getting employees until my second or third year. So, but that's not a lot of people that I had to let go, you know?
No.
And I can always tell.
and it's inevitable. It's like you
It
have
is.
to fire people at some point.
Yeah.
But
And I could always tell who's going to match the vibe and who's eventually not, you know? And it's rough because it is gig work. So you do need to like accept people for who they are sometimes just so they can do the job. But then there's times where you're like, no, this person is really just causing.
have you changed the way that like now you've been hiring more and more people? Like, do you change the way that like you hire people, like different ways you ask questions or like you interview
Good
people?
question.
Yeah, that's a good point. So for the first time, I used Indeed.
Yeah.
Everyone else that I've ever gotten was from word of mouth for referrals or whatever. I don't know why my voice sounds like this all of a sudden. And Indeed was like, I thought I was like, oh my God, I this is the gold mine. Like I had all these people applying, and then like some people didn't show up to the interview. I was like, oh okay, I'm gonna have to go through this whole process, and then some of them like just they didn't match what their resume said.
Yeah.
And I was like, how are you managing hotels, but you can't manage your time to get here, to get to the event on time? Like, I don't know. I feel like I still love the referral.
That's the best way to get it. Is like, you know,
Hey,
the
so and so, I know this
Yeah.
person. They're interested in working for you.
Yeah.
Rather than just like cold hiring. I haven't really had to. Like I was nervous. So my right hand person decided to tell me in the beginning of this year that she didn't want to work for me anymore. So I was scared because I'm starting this journey, this brewing journey, and I was supposed to be able to depend on her to be there for the
You
year.
probably taught her stuff. You started to push off stuff like
everything.
Yeah.
So I was like, I am royally fucked if I don't replace her.
Yeah.
So that's what made me go into Indeed, that part, because I was looking for that management role.
yeah.
I found this other guy, this older guy that I loved, but he wasn't very available. Like his availability wasn't that good, and
Yeah.
so it's still hard hiring people. But right now, I'm focused on molding the younger people.
Yeah.
So like, I have these kids. I ran a swim club to add to my list of things I do. I ran a swim club kitchen this summer too, which is also around the corner from where my trucks are parked in the brewery.
It was like its own like brick and mortar kitchen.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, it was cool. I liked it a lot for the most part. August was slow because everyone was on vacation. But
Its
June
engine
and
doesn't
July-
break. You can just go.
Yeah,
to work.
exactly. The only thing I wasn't used to, which is funny, like working every day. Like I had to schedule staff
yeah.
Monday through Sunday for 3 months. And we're gig workers, so we don't really start working until Thursday. You know, so that I didn't like. That was annoying. And having staff call out, and
Yep.
that was annoying. And then I had to figure out how to cut the hours because August was so much slower. But there was a kid who lifeguard there that I loved his energy. So I was like, yeah, you want to work on the trucks this fall when the pool closes? He's like, yeah. And he's like amazing. Like I love you. I don't even think he's 17 years old. And he's like awesome. He's better than some of the older people that I got off of Indeed. So I'm like, I love to give anybody a chance. I have this other lady. She's my oldest employee. I think she's in her late 60s. And she is like my most loyal person ever.
Yeah.
So like I have such a huge, vast age range and people from all different walks of life that work for me, which you normally get in kitchens anyway.
Well, that's what the spot where I'm at now. It's like I'm not looking for like and these highly technical positions. Like I need people that are like reliable and have like a positive attitude. And it's like it's really like you have to like it's a judge of character on each and every single person you talk to.
It is, and it's gonna be like that. And that's, and then dealing with their personal lives and you know, like as much as I have a business to run, I understand you have a life to live. So it's do you be that mean employer that's like, don't ever call out or I'm gonna fire you, or do you be understanding? Oh, you know your kid has a football game. It's a fine line because it pisses me off when people call out, obviously.
Yeah.
The food truck world, like, you need everybody on staff, on hand at all times, right? So when you
There's no room for error.
Yeah, you screw your team over at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And it's hard to find someone that last minute to travel wherever you need to go. So that's annoying. But I try and do the schedules, like, way ahead of time.
Give them some opportunity to change
but I'm always getting last minute events too, which is another like always like one day I'll be making the schedule and it's like we only have 4 events, and then by Tuesday I pick up 2 more and they're like huge catering events. So it's nice because at this point in my food truck career, I don't really have to look for work.
And how do they find you? Do you have like a website presence?
Yeah, social media is the best way to advertise with the trucks. There's shout out to my girl Marylin Johnson. She runs the South Jersey food scene page, and I don't know if you guys like.
I'm definitely familiar with her. I think she's definitely put some of our events like on her page. Does she do some Philly stuff also?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
She does. So she's amazing. So she started this Facebook page. I think it has over 200,000 something followers now.
Wow.
She's killing it.
I didn't realize when we first started this podcast, I would talk a lot of shit on Facebook. I don't know if I'm getting older now, but Facebook is a beast.
No, like, Facebook is
the private Facebook groups are incredible. The way that the communities work, it's like it is amazing.
Yeah. All my events, I'm in like 20 different neighborhood groups just on Facebook.
Yeah.
Marlton, Evesham, Haddon Township. And I just post my advertisements in each group chat. I bought a billboard one time. Okay. And this group chat on Facebook gives me more business than that billboard did. Like, it's crazy. And Instagram, not it.
I'm like renting out my rooms, and like Monica does a bunch of stuff on like Facebook Marketplace and like these community pages, and it's like we made like thousands and thousands of dollars just on like using free Facebook stuff.
You don't even have to buy the
it's all free
booster thing for 10
exactly.
You don't even have to.
Yeah.
You know, just get a couple bright people to reshare it.
Yeah.
But I have not found success in Instagram with the food trucks. Like I feel like my target clients are all older.
Yeah.
So they're all on.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
The people that are booking you are on Facebook.
Yeah. So I get a lot of traffic from Facebook, my website, and a lot of word of mouth referrals and a lot of repeat customers. I do a ton of corporate stuff.
That's the thing. It's like if you're ordering, it's like they need you to be reliable. Not to say that food trucks are unreliable. If you're bringing
a lot of them are.
If you're bringing in a kitchen, the whole event rides on this kitchen coming there, like providing their service.
Dude, you know how many events I've got last minute because people canceled or trucks have broken down, and like I had this Maple Shade event where Jack's Brewery is. It was the National Night Out, and 2 days before they call me and they're like, hey, one of our trucks are having mechanical issues. They can't make it. Can you come do the event? I'm like, oh yeah. And I think it's like a vending event. We're just going to have to like hope to make money. No, it was a $3,500 catering event. And I was like, you're damn right. I'll be there. Like I will push this truck down the street if it needs to get there. Like if you're a reliable food truck in this industry, you're winning. Definitely. Because there's so many people that like will back out.
From the brewery's perspective, a lot of people say that because that's a big brewery play is like get the food truck there if you can't afford a kitchen.
Yes.
Or if you don't want to just deal with the kitchen.
Yeah.
But then a lot of breweries say like get the kitchen as much as the kitchen is a headache. It's so much more difficult. Then like you have to rely on the food trucks, and they're so inconsistent. It causes so many issues.
And I try my hardest to like not cancel on people. Sometimes it's inevitable, but like I'll make up for it. Like I will try and find my own coverage before I just cancel on them and just screw them.
Yeah.
You know, like I have like a list of people. I'm like, hey, are you free today? Like you gotta be that morality for your business. If you're not, like,
Because they'll remember it forever.
they will.
100%.
They will. So that's why I have a ton of repeat clients too. Like
Yeah.
we show up, we get the job done. I can feed over 100 people in under an hour. Like I have a good system. That goes back to the whole system thing. Like
Yeah.
I'm big on, if you can create a system that works, you can become hands off.
Definitely.
They just have to buy into the system, believe in the system, and work out the kinks when it doesn't work.
Exactly. So, the brewery. So now you built this like successful food truck business, but you wanted to buy a brewery. You wanted an event space. Like what happened with Eclipse?
So I know the past owner,
Yeah.
Chris and Beth, from doing events in Merchantville.
Yeah.
I live around the corner. I would go on jogs on the bike path while he like tends his garden. Eclipse has a beautiful garden scene.
Yeah, it looks like a nice little like cottage house.
Yeah. So Chris has a really good green thumb and I do not. So we will see how his sunflowers look after a year. But one day I was running and I stopped to talk to him and he's like, Meg, like I'm getting older and I'm thinking about retiring. And I was like, oh, this is interesting. I said, so like you're thinking about selling? He's like, yeah, why? Are you interested? And I was like, I might be. I might be. So that was like 2 years ago. So this has been a process. I didn't realize how hard it was going to be to get funding. I didn't realize how hard it was going to be to apply for the licenses. Like the way Chris had his business set up made it hard for me to buy the business as is. Like I had to start my whole own LLC. I couldn't transfer his license to me directly because he was the sole proprietorship.
Okay.
So I had to start my own LLC for Eclipse Brewing and then go through that process like I was a new business.
Another thing I'm going through right now is like getting funding, and it's for whatever reason I thought that was going to take like 3 weeks for me to do this. Everyone loves me. This is going to be easy.
That's what I
And
thought.
then
think
like,
the same
once
thing.
I start raising the money, then like I start talking to like how to set up how to structure the business in the next step. And it's like, oh, there's this whole other wrench that just gets thrown into like how it's structured, because that's gonna then you can't just think about what's easiest right now. What's
Yeah.
going to affect you like 5-10 years down the road. I'm like, holy shit, it's been a lot.
I know.
So I
It's
spent like the whole
applying for
summer doing
colleges.
this.
Like
yeah.
when you don't have parents that went to college before. Like I was a first time college kid.
Yeah, it's all new.
What the heck is a parent plus loan? You know what I mean? Like so the first funding place that I went was
Yeah.
TD for the small business loans.
Yeah.
Horrible. Like the repayments for the amount I was asking for would have been like $4,000 to $5,000 a month.
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
And I'm like, and I have all Chris and Beth's like what they made every month and whatnot. And he had them. And he's like, I don't know why you're like bugging out. Like you couldn't, he didn't say that, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know why you're bugging out. Like you could definitely have made these payments. I said, yeah, and nothing in the entire world could possibly go wrong.
Yeah, I look at like what some other breweries doing, like starting up, and I'm like, I'm looking at the math. Like we're doing the same thing. Like what you're doing, the math just doesn't add up.
Yeah, literally. So that's why I told him, I was like, no, get out of here.
Yeah.
And he was all like, trying to intimidate me, like, oh, well, you're going to lose this rate if you don't lock it in now. I said, okay, well, I know what I need to give you if I need to come back to you, but this is not for me. And that's what I feel like. It's like predatory. Like
Yeah.
so many of these small businesses don't like they just see the money that
Yeah,
they
I
get
did-
and they're like, oh, this is it. You know?
I think also like 5-10 years ago, it was probably much easier to get a loan for a brewery, and like the terms are much more favorable.
Yeah.
But because it used to be like 90% of, or only like 10% of brewers would fail within the first 5 years, and now it's gone up to like 35%. And like restaurants are at like the opposite. Restaurants are at like, or it used to be like 50%, and restaurants were at 90%.
Wow.
And now it's like it's becoming much closer to how restaurants are.
So it's funny you say that because one of the other institutions I was trying to get funding from was like, yeah, breweries are like not it anymore. So
Yeah,
Like, good luck
the banks
getting
are like
funding.
not contacting
So
me back.
sweet.
It's like
yeah.
it sucks. It's just like some people just go in and kind of like ruin it. I'm like,
Yeah.
whatever.
And like
It just is what it
even
is.
with the whole like breweries are trending down. Like a lot of New Jersey breweries have closed over the years.
Yeah,
Where Eclipse is, it's such a niche little place, and it's in a town that only has one other bar.
yeah,
Like you need it. It's the center of the town.
It doesn't matter. Like if the industry is like trending down, like everyone is their individual thing.
Yes.
Like, you know, it's like you can't look at it as like a total thing. But like the banks don't understand that, so it's like they're looking at like because they don't understand. Like they just have to look at the general numbers. Like,
Yeah.
in their eyes,
Which I get.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I'm not scared of this.
exactly. And you
because I know
run the
what I can
successful
make of it.
businesses. You know how to do it.
Yeah.
You're taking over this team that's already there.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's frustrating that like now we're trying to deal
Yeah.
with this.
Yeah. So I ended up just getting a mortgage on my place that I live in so I'm like, my dad had that place. There was no mortgage on it. So
Yeah.
I'm like, I'll get it. Like it's the cheapest, right? It was the cheapest way. Like my rate is astronomically lower than it would have been for a small business loan.
Yeah.
And the term is a mortgage.
Yeah.
So like it's spread out. The monthly payments are cheap.
Yeah.
So I was like, this is perfect. So it ended up working up. Finally got that.
That's cool. That's
But
cool that like you were able to figure out a way that's like
Non-traditional.
non-traditional,
Yeah.
and it's like you kept the ownership. It's like you did it very smart.
So, and it's funny because like when you're going through all this, you're like, I don't feel smart at all. You know what I mean? Like it's frustrating.
I felt like an idiot all summer. I'm like trying to like
Yeah. And then like the process to apply for breweries in New Jersey is long and hard.
I want to hear the beer laws of Jersey again. So one of our early episodes, we had Eric Orlando on, and Eric he was the executive director of
New Jersey Brewers go to
Yes.
New Jersey or
okay.
something.
I gotta join that.
And he's a lobbyist for the Zoka Group, which he
Oh.
was like the one that like got hired by, you know, the trade organization in Jersey to like pitch to the governor to like change the laws. So like he was the one that like led the charge to change the laws in Jersey, and then like the National Brewers Association like gave him some award last year,
Oh,
2 years
wow.
ago. But he was like explaining kind of like, I mean, obviously there are archaic laws still.
Yeah.
They've made a huge jump into like, you know, being normal, but it's
Yeah.
still like a long way to go. But I think that's an opportunity. It's like the fact that like you're able to then, if you're able to like open up and be successful, like it's inevitably going to change because
Yeah.
they're so stupid.
Yeah. Oh
can-
my
and,
god.
like-
You know, I can't have my own food truck there. I can have other people's food trucks, but I cannot have Red's Rolling Restaurant at Eclipse.
And on top
That's
of
so
all that,
crazy.
in this time, they've also like then legalized just like recreational weed in Jersey.
Yeah. Every other block, we have like 3 buildings dedicated to recreational weed.
the amount of billboards in Philly just dedicated to New Jersey weed is stupid.
You know, it's funny though. Weed, like dispensaries, are now an opportunity for food trucks, like breweries were. Because
that
they get
that
these,
makes sense.
Like,
I saw this.
let's say these are my
this
blunts,
group of, like Girl
right?
Scout.
From Dr. Brewlittle's blunts or whatever. They want to get their product in your dispensary, so they have these budgets that they'll allot to dispensaries to throw these events, and events need food, so it's automatically catered.
Wow.
So I just did a event for Organic Farms Dispensary. Shout out to Dominick in Camden, and it was like 150 people catering event. Whoever came up and like purchased something in the brewery that day got free food.
You know it's unfair because all the like dispensaries have the worst branding of all time. And it's like these people are just printing money and their branding sucks.
Yeah.
It is so bad. The logos are terrible.
Yeah.
Everything is terrible about them and they're just printing money. Like something is wrong.
But it's so because
true.
weed is
So
so
true.
Oh my god! Like I didn't know so many people smoke weed, especially like adults. I was bartending at Keg when I was like, I don't know, 21, 22, and the amount of middle-aged men that would like come in stoned or talk about weed, I'm like, I did not know that it was this much indulged in.
Yeah.
Because I don't really indulge in weed like that.
Yeah.
So I was like, this is crazy. So that's why the people are probably sick of getting ripped off by their dealer.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah. But it's funny to look at all the names that they're coming up with. It's so funny.
Yeah, it's like beer labels, but it's like so much faster, you know? It's like,
Yeah.
You're so right, though. There's going to come a point where competition actually becomes a thing at some
I'm
time.
looking at the billboard. I'm like, it looks like, like a 15-year-old made your logo. Like, it's like a terrible quick art logo.
So speaking of that, the Philly Business Journal got a hold of the story of me buying Eclipse, and they posted it on Facebook, and obviously people from the public can comment on it.
Yeah.
And somebody was like, I hope their beer is better than their logo. this shit is trash. Like word for word, like said that on a comment. Not with mine. I'm changing.
The old logo is terrible.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It was terrible. Your new one is the new one up right now?
Not yet. He's working on the sign now.
Okay.
But I mean, I posted it, but like, I mean, I didn't like it either, but like, it's so crazy the comments you get of people that either want to see things changed or don't want to see anything changed.
Yeah.
Like, do you know how many DMs I've got from like people that are like, don't change a thing, or like, oh, because I put my new ceiling panels up, and somebody said, oh, does the new ceilings mean new higher prices on the beer? Like, why would you DM somebody that?
Yeah. Actually, you're not allowed to come in and it's like,
like
what?
Like,
sorry, I made it better.
But like, why would you go be a negative human? And I know there's
It's welcome to the brewing industry, because this is like how One Tap works. It's just like there's a lot of people that will just like, if you just trust yourself and like you create your own brand that like revolves around you and like you do it high quality, people will follow you.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of just like people kind of like butting in and like telling you how to run it.
Okay, I gotta get prepared for this, because I'm just in my DMs like I'm replying with like, I hope you come in anyway, smiley face. But in my head I'm like, don't ever come in ever again.
No, I mean, it means that they're passionate and they
Yeah.
like it and they care about it, and like it is a positive thing. But it's definitely like, you know, when I first started selling beer and I was just like reading it on tap, I was like, Jesus Christ, like, this is crazy.
Go walk in front of this car, like,
Yeah, these people don't care at all. They just like go on their line.
I just feel like, I guess it's because like I would never go on somebody's page and say something, especially like I didn't steal this brewery from Chris and Beth. Like, they're happily retiring.
Yeah.
Like, and if you ever walked into the old place, like the floors didn't match.
If
Like,
you hadn't bought it, if nobody would have bought it, they just would have closed.
Yeah.
Like, this is the best case scenario.
No, exactly. And like, I don't know, like I'm implementing new things because I'm not
'Cause you care.
typical.
Yeah.
I care, and I'm not the typical like
And you're retaining the
brewery
brewers.
person
Like,
either. Yeah, all their staff. I literally say to people when they like get upset about me painting, I'm like, the beer's the same, the staff's the same, most of the events are the same. If you really missed these unpainted walls and these mismatched ceiling tiles, I'm sorry, but I can't do that. Like, I need things to look a certain way. Like, I have a type A personality, and I can't wait for everybody to see like the done brewery. My dad's helping me do it. He owns his own construction company, so
Nice.
we're painting away right now. And
what's like the inside gonna look like? What's the bottom gonna be?
I like blues, so the logo's blue. It's Eclipse, so I kind of wanted to play on the whole like moon sky thing.
Cool.
Before they didn't open the second floor, I don't know, I guess it just wasn't in their lease when they started, but the tap room itself is tiny. I don't know if you guys ever been in there, but it's like probably like a 10
It's like a little
foot
cottage.
Yeah, it's like a 10-foot bar, 10-seat bar, and then there was these two tables, and then a hallway to the bathroom, and then in the hallway is the room to the brewer's room. So it's tiny. So most of the space was outside in the beer garden, which they only were able to open during COVID. So without even that, before
You
that,
can't open it. They can open it after the fact.
well, they can, but
Okay.
like they didn't have it before COVID.
Okay,
Was
yeah.
what I meant to say.
Yeah.
So I'm just thinking, I'm already seasonal with the food trucks. Like, I don't want to be seasonal in the tasting room.
Yeah.
So I was like, we need to open up this upstairs.
Yeah.
The upstairs is the size of the whole first floor, because there's no brewing room, there's no bath, like there's a bathroom, but it's the whole house size up there. So you go up there. There's another room that used to be a kitchen. So the whole house.
Also, you already know there's events like doing private
Yeah.
events at a brewery or at a bar is
extra money.
huge.
Yeah.
And like the fact that you can have separate spaces in a bar, even if it's like the same size, separate spaces where you can like block it off, it's so
Yes,
important.
It's so important, especially coming from my background in events.
Yeah.
So the one room's gonna be my office, and then the other room we're turning into like a game room. So like
Oh, that's
traditional
sick.
foosball. It's not a huge room, but people that want to come play Dungeons and Dragons, because they used to have people that did that.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
a huge,
Go upstairs,
huge thing.
yeah, and do that, and not be all up in everybody's face downstairs.
Yeah.
Like, it just spreads people out, gives me ability to do small events up there. And I come from an event background too. So when I was slow in the winter, because my food truck, February and January, I don't really do much. It's just too cold. So this past winter, I was throwing events. One of them was a paint and sip night. One of them, my girlfriend, her name's Flexalay. She's a choreographer. So we did like a Galentine's Day dance night. I just wanted to start throwing events so people would know me as like an event person. So when I did open up the brewery, it would follow there.
Cool.
And I'm going to build on whatever Chris and Beth already had going on there. They have the trivia night. So I just was, when I was in Jack's place picking up the beer, they were doing something. I don't know if it was like a video game night, but there was
They do a lot of
people
cool
with
events there.
computers.
They have like the whole pet angle thing.
Oh, I love that. We do a lot of fundraisers with the food truck at Jack's Brewery.
And they have a cool
Nice.
upstairs also.
Yeah. I haven't been up there yet. But yeah, we do a lot. We give back to their stuff, which I want to start doing at the brewery, is like that fundraiser stuff there too.
Yeah.
I feel like that was kind of a missed opportunity from the previous owners, but they do it a lot. Merchantville does a lot of stuff. Like they do like a zombie run. They
What is that?
So like everyone dresses up in their costumes, and there's a bike path literally right behind the brewery that's like at least 2-3 miles. So they do like put on a zombie run 5K.
That's cool.
And Merchantville turns into Monsterville. And it was like, because we have these huge, beautiful Victorian homes that people like to really, really go hard for Halloween.
Yeah.
So like it becomes like one of those towns that all the kids want to go to for Halloween.
Yeah.
So we could do like a haunted brewery one day. You know what I mean? Like there's so much opportunity in this town. And I even have connects with the food truck. I do Good Day for a Run. His name's Ken, who runs it all. He goes to different wineries and he puts on these 5Ks and mile runs and stuff like that. So I'm like, hey, like I'm about to open up a brewery. You should, with a bike path right next to it, like we should do something in the future. So all I can see is like what we can do.
Definitely.
And I'm so excited for it.
Are you guys going to have a kitchen there?
I'm not allowed,
But you have food trucks.
but I'm going to be having food trucks.
Who cares? You don't need a kitchen. You
Yeah,
already have a
not my
kitchen.
own, but I can bring in others.
You can't bring in your own?
Like I'm legally not allowed to bring in.
That is so stupid.
What is that? Is that like a workaround? Is basically
actually,
they're
no.
not letting Jersey breweries make their own, own their own food trucks.
So what's stupid is because the parking lot that all the events are in is owned by the township. And I'm there anyway. Like there's a market, a farmer's market that's there, but I cannot specifically be there to feed Eclipse clientele. New Jersey's just weird.
I mean, you're at an advantage because you understand the food truck industry.
Yes, I have
obviously.
friends. I have, like,
And you
Yeah,
know
that's
everybody, so like you're at an advantage compared to all the other brewers.
Yeah.
But it is so stupid that
is.
you own 3 of these trucks.
It's such a missed opportunity. All because the bars want to be like, so, okay, do you guys know the history of like why everyone hates each other?
Yeah, it's like the restaurant guilds are like their liquor licenses are so expensive they're not giving up on them.
Because we're
Explain it some more. I'm curious.
So breweries
to
are considered
hear again.
production. So our licenses are way cheaper than
Yeah.
a liquor license.
Mm-hmm.
But mind you, we also make our own stuff. So
Yeah.
you don't have to go through all that trouble. You can just order liquor from Fedway and
Yeah.
cool. So because of that,
Which, by the way, for Pennsylvania's argument, is such a positive thing because it creates steady jobs that are production jobs. So it's like, even though it's cheaper, you're creating these steady production jobs that everybody wants. So like everyone, like I'm sure restaurants in Pennsylvania complain about this because we have the advantage.
Yeah.
But like we are creating these jobs. So like
it's crazier because you guys have even more of an advantage than us, and everyone
know.
knows about it.
Yeah.
But, so the tasting room part of it turned into a bigger thing than anyone ever imagined. And that's why, because the production was just to be production, but then, come and taste. You have to give tours of where you brew and all that stipulations to just have the tasting room open. So nobody thought that these tasting rooms were going to turn into what they did.
Yeah.
So once they did, that's when the restaurants were like jealous because they're like, why do they only pay $1,200, but they basically have a bar setting, which I get. So then they were like, well, then we have to take something away. So we can't let them have their own food. Because then they'll have everything. They'll have the whole kit and caboodle. You know what I mean? So then when I first started the food trucks, when I was like, had no events, I would just go to breweries because it was a good filler and people were always there and a good way to get your name out.
yeah.
I think it was I can't remember the year that they banned food trucks. Do you guys remember? It was like I want to say 2020.
No, but it's so stupid that they like went even backwards from that.
Yeah. And honestly, that banning of food trucks hurt food truck owners more than it did the breweries.
Really?
Because breweries, people, like customers would still bring in to-go food from other restaurants. So it's not like they weren't allowed to have any food. they were just stopping now me as a food truck owner from being able to make a living on breweries. So then they like had us like, they can come, but they can't be parked on your property. And at that point, everyone's sick of it. Like the customers were like, well, we don't know if they're going to be there or not. So we're just going to bring our own food anyway.
Yeah.
And so I would be sitting there twiddling my little thumbs and they would come in with like 5 boxes of pizza. And I'm like wasting my time there. So it was a whole mess. And I feel like they didn't understand who would hurt more. And they don't really care because the food truck industry was another one that just came out of nowhere and boomed.
Yeah.
And there's not a lot of regulations on us either right now. So I feel like that was a whole industry that was just misunderstood. And like I thrived on breweries. So that sucked. But so go back to that. So now they don't want, since I own a food business, I cannot support my LLC with the other LLC that has the brewer's license under.
Yeah. Because you're supporting your own.
Yeah. And then to make things even crazier, my mom owns food trucks, right? She moved to Egg Harbor City. Like she doesn't live in my area anymore, but on her Google website, she was in Pennsauken for 20-something years. Like it says she's still in Pennsauken Township. So she reposted my logo for the brewery. And she's like, oh, can't wait to be there with my my food truck to support my daughter's brewery. The ABC called me and was like,
What?
So who's Mary Hilbert? And do you have any financial connections to that business? And you need to make sure you prove to us that that's not your business because you guys have the same last name. And I'm like, well, that's not, first of all, relax. And one, you're stalking my Facebook? Like, what the heck? Like,
First of all, back the fuck
weird.
up.
I was like, my mom's just being a proud mom right now. Like,
Yeah.
what do we do, you know? So then I was like, she has her own LLC, her own EIN number. I have no financial ties to her. She doesn't even live in Merchantville, Pennsauken area anymore.
Yeah.
And they're like, we're going to need to see the schedule when she comes, if she's scheduled to come. And I'm like, she's going to come whenever her schedule is free to come. Like, just like any other food truck I would hire. Like, I'm not taking percentages from any of these trucks because, one, they need to make money, and I understand that as a food truck owner. So I'm like, it's crazy to what extent they're willing to go to make sure I am not profiting from a food service. It's insane. And the fact that they like found it on Facebook, like that kind of freaked me out a little bit because I'm like, I still don't even have my license at this point. Like, what are we worried about? Like, can we just get me my license?
Yeah, that's anti-business. It's like, who does that help?
No, literally.
Nobody. It's crazy.
It's just a lot of. It seems like there's a lot of money behind whoever's behind that. So,
well, the restaurant industry, like you said, it's popping. So I mean, I'm sure they have enough money.
Yeah.
oh man,
But I'm excited, and I feel like I have the staff that I acquired are very passionate about Eclipse and what they do and their reputation, and I'm excited to work with people like that.
I'm sure they're excited too because like if they're passionate about it, then like they get like a refresh. It's like oh, someone came in and just like refresh their whole image.
Oh yeah, 100%.
And they're keeping us. They're letting us do whatever we want. They're letting us like brew there.
Yeah, I'm
so
pretty
it's
much
like
letting the brewer. I was like, well, one, we just repainted their entire brewing room.
Yeah.
And like cleaned it up, and the house, it was rough. Like it was it was rough. So like we completely cleaned out everything.
Yeah.
We were repainting everything. We're making everything fresh and
you got to
new.
do remember Extreme Home Makeover?
Oh my God, yeah.
You got to do like move that food truck.
that's a good event.
That's funny. I forgot that you would used to say that. I used to watch that show a lot.
I watched it for like 2 years, and like the guy got like in trouble for like doing coke and like biting people and stuff
I mean,
or whatever. But
to do what he pulled off,
yeah, it was
pretty fair.
crazy. Yeah.
But I'm so excited for people to see the difference and welcome in the new era. And I feel like the employees, like you said, like they're pumped. They want to start doing the competitions and getting our beer really on the map. Because like Chris and Beth had a very nice local home brewing environment, and that's what he wanted. He wanted to feel like you were walking into his living room and having a beer with him.
He even said that. I've listened to some interviews, and he was just like he wanted to be hands-on with everything. He wanted it to be like him making it, and then like very small. He was not trying to grow. Like that's exactly what he wanted. But like,
so I'm not trying to grow either right now in regards to like production or any of that, because we are super limited with space.
Well, that's fine. You're like staying to what they're doing, but like,
Yeah.
I think that's better anyway, because then you can like just focus on like making sure the tap room experience is great.
Yeah, which is what we need to do, because like the tasting room's tiny and they're still doing very old style methods of brewing there too. But I think it's super cool because with the smaller batches, they do a lot of like fresh ingredients. So like, because they're able to do that since it is smaller. So like for the coconut cream ale, like they'll put fresh coconut flakes in it when it's fermenting. And I hope I'm saying all this right. Sam could, but Sam and Mike could be like, I've just seen it where like they really do put fresh ingredients to make it taste what it tastes like. Like my favorite beer, it's the blackberry sour.
Yeah, they did a lot of fruited beers.
A lot of fruited beers, and that's a market that like, I mean, girls love that too.
I say that all the time. Like, so we did an event that sour beers was like the Gen Z style of beer.
It is.
And
what event was this?
we do this thing crafted in Philly. So we had like 30 breweries in the area, and everybody goes in, they check into a beer. The second most like sought out beer was sour beers, and that doesn't make sense in a traditional sense. But Gen Z was our second most like sought out group. So you match them, and like it makes sense. It makes a lot of sense, and I've been saying that for a minute
I agree.
now,
And another thing that makes sense is seltzers, and we're gonna start making offerings.
So you said girls like that. Do you have like a following of like female?
I would say
Okay.
I'm like very like I got featured on the news for like Women's Month for like, woman entrepreneur, and little do I know, I actually asked my girl Quinn ChatGPT about this. I would be the 9th brewery in New Jersey that's women owned.
Really?
That's very cool.
So there's only 9 women owned breweries in New Jersey.
Wow.
Yeah. So I think that's something to
Yeah.
on as well.
Definitely.
100%.
Yeah. So the seltzers are going to come in because we're missing a whole crowd of people. Like, there's not a lot of, like, if you don't like beer, you don't like beer. You know what I mean? Like, the sours could be a good substitute because that's what I would go for. But if we can create seltzers, and they're excited because they want to make these house-made syrups. So, like, our plan is, we'll see how it goes, but our plan is to make, like, a blank seltzer. And Kings Road does this in Haddonfield. A blank seltzer, and then they just pump in the syrups. But instead of getting, like, those syrups from Restaurant Depot or wherever, we want to make our own house-made syrups.
Yeah, it's very cool.
Yeah. So if we're not open and we don't have our brewer's license, like I hope we can like maybe like just make like mocktails with the syrup.
It's just an event space. Is very cool.
Yeah, for now, but I just didn't know it was going to take that long. So I had applied for the final part of it, which is like the TTB permit from the federal government. And like a week after I applied, I get an email saying, "Oh, due to a glitch in our system, your application disappeared." And I'm like, so that's my problem? Like, now that's my problem. So I had to reapply. And once I reapplied, it said, and I just like looked it up, it said the permit process could be anywhere between 35 average time days, 35 days to 70 days. And I'm like, I just feel like the whole process, unless I just was misinformed and I wasn't doing it right the whole time, but I feel like everything was so backwards. Like, once you did this step, all of a sudden you had to do this step. But this step seems like you should have did it before the other step.
Definitely. Have you tried to call them? It's a giant pain in the ass, the TTB, and I mean, for us personally, the PLCB. I don't know what it is in Jersey.
Okay.
But they are, because it is a pain in the ass. The customer service is incredible. It's the best customer service that I've ever had experience ever. So if you have questions, like you call them and they answer immediately, and they tell you exactly what you need to know. So like they can tell you like what's happening with your process.
Yeah.
But it is. I think they do that because it is a giant pain in the ass. So like they kind of have to. But
so maybe I'll call them. So I had emailed them because I read somewhere that like you can ask for them to expedite it.
Yeah.
And rent started in September. Payroll already started.
Yeah.
I have all these renovations going that I'm paying.
Can you start like operating as a business without alcohol?
I think I can. I just want to double check with the AV. I call her for everything. I'm like, can I do this? Can I do this? Because I'm not trying to get in trouble before I open.
I know, it's so stupid. They're like trying to, like, they're blocking you for everything. Like, I'm
Yeah.
trying to do everything right.
But I'd rather them know, exactly. I'd rather them know, like, I'm trying to work with you.
Yeah.
I also have bills to pay now.
Yeah.
I'm not even done renovation, so, you know, we'll get to that point. But I'm like, so I asked them, the TTB emailed them for an expedite, and they were like, denied. And I was like, denied? You lost my application. Like, what do you mean denied? Like, so that was a couple weeks ago, or maybe a week or two ago. So I'll probably give somebody a call. But the mayor of Merchantville is so great. He's Ted Brennan. He really pushes and advocates for his businesses in town. So he's been communicating with them, hopefully trying to like get this pushed through.
That's what Eric said. It was just like, when it came down to it, it's just like the small local government were like so into the craft brewers that they kind of like push it ahead.
Yeah, because it brings so much people
like this is a
into
good
town.
thing.
And like there's another restaurant. Merchantville is such a cool town. Like you guys got to come and check it out because so there's like we're on the corner of the triangle. Let's say the triangle. So like triangle. Okay. This is Eclipse Brewing.
Yeah.
The Firehouse is across the street.
Yeah.
They're super nice too. And then you have a soul food restaurant that just moved in. That's amazing. That's Omega's. Her food's really good. And then over here you have the Station Coffee House, which is like breakfast, a lot of like vegetarian options. Like her stuff is really cool. She also does like music stuff upstairs.
Yeah.
So in this triangle, it's right now like a shitty looking parking lot. But they host events like the Music Fest here. And
you have the trail that's right
you have
behind
the
you.
trail right here.
Yeah.
And this is an open container zone.
Oh, wow.
So there's another building that's been vacant for years that a Philadelphia restaurant group just bought. And they're going to turn it into like a Mexican Cali restaurant. I'm pretty sure they're going to have a liquor license too.
That's cool.
So that's another thing that's going to attract people to town. And then there's plans and there's phases. Right now, the phase is to redo the streets, which they're doing, which gives me hope that they're going to actually do the other phases.
Yeah.
The other phase would be to create these fire pits, permanent fire pits for people to come enjoy. And then a stage, like a permanent stage.
That's very cool.
And then public restrooms.
Set up perfectly for that.
And that's why I was like, oh, this is going to be gold.
Definitely.
If they do everything they say they're going to do,
Definitely.
this is going to be gold.
Definitely.
So, and it's right around the corner from my house. What?
Yeah. It's too convenient.
Yeah. So I'm excited. I think this was a great purchase, and I'm excited to learn a new industry and see what this journey is going to be like.
That's awesome.
It's a really cool interview. Really unique.
It's a little bit different, like
Yeah.
from a different angle than most people we have on, but it's exciting because a lot of times, like, it's kind of the same story.
Yeah. That's why I was like, that's why I hit you. I don't know who I hit up.
You hit him up.
That's why I hit you up, because I was like, this is cool. Like, this is different. Like, I'm not a brewery person. As I am, I guess I am now. I'm going to say I am now. But, like, I would love to hear your story because I don't have that experience.
Like,
and
traditional brewery person.
Yeah, but it could help me understand the industry more.
For sure.
You know, and there's a guy came up. Oh my God, he was so cute. So, like, during renovations, people have been coming up thinking we're still open.
Yeah.
And this one guy, I forget his name, but I have his business card. He brews for Evil Genius.
Cool.
He brews for Evil Genius, and he has a little tiny dog named Beef. And he came up, and I was like, so, like, what are your opinions on
Is it Matt Lowry?
beer? No, Mal doesn't sound familiar. It's a tall guy,
Black hair?
maybe.
It kind of pointed.
Yeah,
Matt Lowry?
maybe Matt. I think Matt. Yeah, I
Yeah, I
think.
used to work with him.
Yeah. So I mean, I just met him.
He lives in Jersey.
That's probably him.
Yeah.
So I was like, as a professional brewer, what did you think of the beer? And he was like, well, at first, that shit was trash. Like, pretty much. He said there was a tap that they had that they would dedicate to, like, mixing beers together that, like, they had left over.
Yeah.
He was like, I don't know whose idea it was, but it was horrible. But he said, like in the recent years, the beer is really good. Like, it's gotten good. So that's why I said to him, I was like, maybe you can come and we can do like a collab brewing session
Definitely.
or something. Like, I'm all about that kind of stuff. I love networking. I love all the restaurants. Since I can't have my food truck, there's a ton of restaurants in Merchantville. So I'm like, on one of the chalkboards, I'm going to put all the restaurants, their phone numbers and QR codes to their websites.
Yeah, that's
So that
that's
hopefully
awesome.
we get more traffic that way for them too. Like, I just feel like for how small Merchantville is, like, it's probably like a 5-mile town.
Yeah.
Like there needs to be more
Interaction.
cohesion between businesses. And like if I have to be the one to do that, I guess I'll have to be the one to do that.
Yeah.
Because I just feel like there's so much untapped potential in collaborating with such a small town, you know?
Definitely.
So I'm excited. But then I have to get involved in like, you know, politics and shit. And I'm like, I don't know. But the food trucks and the brewery and the swim club, I don't know.
You get your brewing license first, then
yeah.
tackle the rest of it.
But yeah.
Cool. So where can we find you guys at? I just unplugged your like food truck stuff and everything.
Oh,
everything.
okay. So food truck is on Instagram. Follow my Instagram because I almost have 2,000 followers. I had a great following, and then somebody hacked my business account like a couple years ago. I was like drunk in a bathroom, and somebody messaged me and was like, "Can you give me this code?" It was like an old friend. "Can you copy and paste this code to me?" And like drunk Meg's like, "Sure, I'll help." They stole my whole business page, and I was like, "Oh my god!" So my new one, Reds RR 2022 for food truck fun. And then we're on Facebook too, Red's Rolling Restaurant 1 and 2. I don't know how to change it to put the 3 on there, but so right now it's 1 and 2. And then redsrollingrestaurant.com. And then for the brewery, it is Eclipse Brewing. Actually, it's so new. I just took it over. I think it's Eclipse Brewing NJ.
Yeah, I was on there today. I looked it up.
And we're on Facebook as Eclipse Brewing.
It's just Eclipse Brewing.
Oh, just Eclipse Brewing?
On
At
Instagram.
Eclipse Brewing.
Yeah, at Eclipse Brewing on Instagram.
And I will say this.
And EclipseBrewingNJ.com.
Chris, for like being as old as he is, like Chris is in his 70s.
Oh, wow.
That man has almost 4,000 something followers on Instagram. And these people interact.
Yeah.
Like every time I post something, it's like heart, 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 heart on my story. And I'm like, why can't I have this with the food truck? Like I'm 29 years old. Like what the heck?
They built a good community there.
Yeah, so it's really it's encouraging to even see that. Like people are commenting, like this is so exciting. I love the color. Like that's just what I mean by like it's a small town. I was walking my dog on the bike path, and somebody was on his motor scooter walking like riding by me, and he stopped his motor scooter, got off, and was like, "Hey, are you the new owner of Eclipse? I'm so-and-so, like, so nice to meet you. Like, we can't wait to open." And then, like, I was blocking up through the night, and somebody that lives across the street, because there's residential homes across the street, comes over, and he's, like, done his jog, and he's like, "Hey, I just want to let you know, like, we love what you're doing with the place. I do live music, so if you ever need somebody in a pinch, like, I'm right across the street." Like, he was about to have his first baby tomorrow. Like, it's just such a cool environment to be a part of.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited to see how this all grows. I just gotta, like we talked about earlier, remember people's names.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, you.
Like that's gonna be the worst. Hey,
What's up, bro?
But they all know you by name, and you just feel like an asshole. Like I hate that. I'm gonna make it a rule. You have to wear a name tag. If you come into the tasting room, I'm just gonna put them up on the front door, like put a name.
I need some of those like Mark Zuckerberg AI glasses. It pops up on their forehead. Yeah. What's your name?
Goes through your Instagram.
Yeah.
Knows when your mom knows when your mom's food truck's coming to town.
Literally. Apparently everyone is gonna know. So many stalk us. But I'm excited.
Cool. Awesome. Well, thank you for coming on. Follow us on YouTube, subscribe, and at BrewedAt, at the BrewedAt podcast. And we'll see you guys next week.
Yeah, see you soon.
Cool.
Just see you guys at Eclipse.
Yeah. Thank you.
Sweet.
Thank you.